Today is February 24th, 2025. My name is Rob Carter of Kalamazoo Right to Life, and this is Pro-Life Week. Well, I'm going to read this first story to you. It's from the lifenews.com website. The New York Times recently published a shocking expose on the inner workings of a crumbling Planned Parenthood. The whole organization, not just its struggling affiliates. Quote, Planned Parenthood falling apart isn't the shocking part, said Troy Newman, president of Operation Rescue. Quote, Operation Rescue has been reporting on the abortion giant's dangerous incompetence and massive waste of taxpayer money for years. What's shocking is the New York Times, a typically pro-abortion journal, so thoroughly outing America's golden child of abortion. When even the pro-abortion publications are willing to expose you, then you know things are bad. Planned Parenthood seems to be rapidly losing its shine in the public eye. The New York Times article cites everything from lawsuits to internal documents and claims to have interviewed more than 50 current and former Planned Parenthood executives, consultants, and medical staff members, few of which had anything positive to say about the abortion giant. Much of what is reported in this article lines up with the investigations Operation Rescue has steadily carried out while exposing devastating wrongdoing at Planned Parenthood's abortion clinics. Quote, botched abortions and untrained or undertrained staff are the norm for Planned Parenthood, Newman adds. We've listened to countless 911 calls and poured over thousands of public documents that tell us what the New York Times is just now realizing. Planned Parenthood is a train wreck, and other people, their employees, patients, and above all, babies in the womb are paying the price, unquote. Former and current employees confirmed Planned Parenthood's abortion priority throughout the entire expose. One training and development specialist who recently resigned from Planned Parenthood told the New York Times that clinics were often, quote, begging for supplies and getting denied because higher-ups said, quote, they just can't afford it. And little finish in here to dot the I, Planned Parenthood's president or CEO makes about $900,000 a year. But somehow they can't afford to provide medical supplies for their affiliates. Okay. News story. In our polarized society, there are pro-life and pro-abortion politicians. We all know that. Likewise, we have people in the media, on TV or the radio, print journalism, who are in either camp, pro-life or pro-abortion. And I'm thankful, for the most part, the mainstream media is almost entirely pro-abortion. But thankfully, there are a few conservative outlets, and Fox News is probably the most prominent. Thankful that people like Sean Hannity, Mark Levin, Laura Ingraham, and several others are unashamed about declaring their pro-life convictions publicly. And I know we're all grateful for the stance they have taken about human life. But then we do have people on the other side. Journalists, like I said, news anchors that openly espouse the pro-abortion party line. And one of the most ardent pro-abortion zealots is MSNBC's Joy Reid. It's true, she spends most of her time talking about race. If anybody is talking about the race card, or DEI, or prejudice, or the Republicans are racist, it's Joy Reid. It's a continual drumbeat. Race. She's always using the race card. But still, there are many times that she does fall back on spewing out the pro-abortion orthodoxy. She just is. She's very, very pro-abortion. And over the weekend, I think it was on Saturday, it was announced that MSNBC has cut Joy Reid from the weekly evening lineup. She's gone. Joy Reid is going to be gone this week. And finally. And one of the things that has irked me the most, among many things she has said over the years, last 5 years that she's been on MSNBC, is her reference to Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas as Uncle Clarence. You know, she can't call him a justice. She can't just call him, Clarence Thomas. She calls him Uncle Clarence, as in Uncle Tom. And we all know what that's all about. To Joy Reid, Clarence Thomas is an Oreo cookie. We know what that means too. Black on the outside and white on the inside. And because he is a conservative, and because he is pro-life, but mainly because he's conservative and across the board, he is despised by the liberal intelligentsia in this country. And Joy Reid, more than practically anybody else, attacks him on a regular basis because he does not hold to what Joy believes that Black people should espouse to. To Joy Reid, Black voters, Black Americans are part of this monolith, that they only speak the same, vote the same, and do all the same things because that's how Joy Reid thinks Black people should be. Well, this is a wake-up call to her, for you, Joy, but there are white Republicans and there are white Democrats. You can be a liberal, you can be a conservative, and it doesn't matter what your color is. She talks a lot about race, and to her, race is everything. But really, when I look at my Bible, there is only one race, the human race. There may be some shades of difference, but we are all part of the human race. We're all descended from Adam and Eve, or if you want to go from Noah and his 3 kids. And she just cannot handle the fact that Clarence Thomas, who by the way, I would really say he and Sam Alito are the 2 strongest, most consistent pro-life justices on the Supreme Court. They are at the top of the list. And Thomas has been there a whole lot longer than the other conservatives on the court. And I thank God every day, really, that Clarence Thomas is on the Supreme Court. So Black people have just as much right as a white person or a Latino or an Asian. They have just as much right to hold their own convictions, their own values. And they don't have to follow what Joy Reid thinks they need to follow. They can have independent thoughts and think for themselves. Okay, with that, I'll let you go and I'll see you next time.